The internet in Cuba isn't anything like the internet most of us know in America.
So what people can do, they can exchange email.
If you send me a picture, even a picture of you,
they can see one website.
It would take around half an hour just to download.
That will.
In fact, having the internet in your home is virtually unheard of in Cuba. But for journalist Arnaldo Coro of Havana, it's a reality. He's one of the few who are allowed internet access at home.
The Cuban government decided to make available the internet to people that could make the best possible use of it.
Doctors, engineers, journalists, and researchers are given internet, but it's too slow to access much of what the internet has to offer.
You should have enough bandwidth to download video, to download multimedia, to download a book.
Sergio Rodriguez also has internet access in his home. He buys it from his doctor, but he still has to deal with slow download speeds.
I even keep a magazine just by my computer to keep on reading an article while I wait to download a page.
In the last 3 years, Cuba connected an underwater fiber optic cable to Venezuela. Some hoped that would lead to faster internet service and more accessibility.
Some people think, oh, wonderful, the cable to Venezuela. And I said, when people began to ask me, what will happen? And I said, it will be very slow.
And expensive. In this line at a cyber cafe, we found people waiting to pay their phone bills, add service, and access the internet. In a country where the average salary is only $20, an hour of internet is very costly.
Well, it's pretty expensive, because 1 hour costs $4.50, and 1 hour when you're sending mail or connecting to Facebook goes very fast.
It's cheaper to access the smaller Cuban intranet that only has pages from Cuba or go to an email-only cybercafe like this one. With cybercafes and hotels that are too pricey for Cubans, it still leaves some trying to connect any way they can. Some, like Yasmin Gonzalez, try to avoid the high cost of the internet by using it at work. She admits that if her employer didn't give her free internet, she wouldn't use it as much. But she knows this is the way of the future.
No, I wouldn't use it as much, but I would use it for sure because you cannot turn your back to technology. You cannot turn your back to research.
Although many Cubans criticize the price of the internet, they still believe it's a step in moving the country forward.
As long as we have the connection, it's good. It's an advance.
This was something that skeptics thought will never happen. Life demonstrated that it was possible to provide the service even with the limitations that we have.
Some try to get around the limitations by buying on the black market. Some who are allowed to have the internet in their homes cut up their allotted hours per month and sell them to others to help make ends meet.
Internet in Cuba is difficult, but it's going to be much improved later in the year.
Telecom Paper and Diario de Cuba report that the Cuban telecommunications company Atexa will be starting home internet service on September 15th. 20 hours per month will set Cubans back $10. Still expensive, but cheaper than it is now.
I see that the internet has evolved into a new way for a new world.
That is what we call, actually, it's a window to the world.
That I believe positively that in a few years I will be able to have access to the internet. Have access to the internet in my house.
No matter what happens, most Cubans are certain there will be progress. It might be slow, but they believe it'll steadily move toward the internet we know today.